The fly and the open window. There's a scene I want you to picture. A fly is trapped in a room. It keeps slamming against the same window. Again, again, again. It exhausts itself. It weakens. And eventually, it dies on the windowsill. Here's the brutal part. The window was open, just in the other room. What actually killed the fly? Not the glass, not the effort, not the lack of strength. The fly died because its paradigm never updated. It learned, light is there. Freedom must be there. So it kept applying more force inside the same wrong model. More effort, more energy. Same result. That's not weakness. That's a closed paradigm. Paradigm, faint, invisible glass. The fly wasn't blocked by reality. It was blocked by interpretation. The glass wasn't visible, but it was absolute. And this is exactly how humans get stuck. You keep working harder, pushing more, lifting more weight, but always against the same window. The game brain shift. Game brain isn't about trying harder. It's about noticing. This window is killing me. The moment effort stops producing feedback, you don't add force. You change rooms. You look for the open window, connecting it back to training and life. As long as the weight fits your paradigm, you can carry it forever. You don't change when the load is heavy. You change when comfort breaks, prediction fails, the model collapses, just like the fly would have lived if it stopped fighting the glass and explored the room. If you think you're not growing because the weight isn't heavy enough, you're wrong. If you think you need more motivation, you're wrong. If you think effort is the problem, you're dead wrong. Muscles don't know weight, they know failure. And if your life isn't growing, it's because you've never let your old way of being fail. Transition to paradigm. Let me say this clearly. This isn't a gym quote. This is a law of adaptation. Your body lives by it. Your brain lives by it. Your life ignores it. And that's why most people stay stuck. Paradigm set. Your brain doesn't respond to how much you want something. It responds to whether your current paradigm still works. As long as it works, and even badly, you don't change. You just suffer inside the same model. Let me say something that will sound like it belongs to the gym, but it doesn't. Your brain doesn't know weight. It knows failure. That sentence changed the way athletes train. But it can also change the way you live, decide, love, and build. Because this isn't about muscles. It's about paradigms. The misunderstanding. Most people think growth works like this. If I add more weight, I'll get stronger. If I try harder, I'll succeed. If I push more, I'll become more. That's a mechanical model of life. But the body doesn't work that way. And neither does the mind. Muscles don't measure kilos. They don't care about numbers. They don't respond to effort. They respond to failure of the current strategy. And the brain is exactly the same. The real mechanism. Your brain is a servo mechanism. It doesn't ask, how hard are you trying? It asks, is the current model still working? As long as your paradigm works, even poorly, your brain keeps running it. You can suffer, complain, overwork, overthink, and still nothing changes. Why? Because there has been no failure signal. Paradigm's invisible weight. A paradigm is like invisible weight. You don't see it. You don't count it. But it loads every movement of your life. Your beliefs about money, relationships, your worth, your limits. They are the real resistance. And just like in training, adding more effort inside the same paradigm does nothing. You don't grow by lifting more within the paradigm. You grow when the paradigm breaks. Failure is not collapse. Here's the reframe. Failure is not losing, being weak, being wrong. Failure is information. It's the moment your nervous system says, this model no longer predicts reality. And when prediction fails, learning begins. That's the moment a new paradigm can load. Why most people never shift. Most people avoid failure at all costs. They stay busy instead of honest, disciplined instead of aware, motivated instead of aligned. They increase effort instead of allowing failure feedback. So they get tired, but they don't evolve. They lift the same invisible weight for 20 years and call it life. Game brain is about this shift. Now stop asking, how much more can I do? Start asking, what is no longer working? Because when something stops working, you don't push harder, you change the system. That's how muscles grow. That's how brains rewire. That's how identities evolve.